Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we'll be reviewing the Dodge Hornet RT. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Doug Smith Dodge here in American Fork, Utah for some time with this Hornet. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 1.3 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic. It's paired to a hybrid system too. MPGe rating is 77. With the MPG rating, so that's no hybrid assist whatsoever, 29 combined between city and highway driving, 33 miles of electric driving range, and then power outputs are 288 horsepower and 383 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, I think the vents on the other side look really sharp. And the same with the headlight design. This is just a good looking car. Like, look at that with the turn signal indicator. That's just cool. And then you can see it's all blacked out with the grille and everything. I mean, it's an aggressive looking car. I think it does well with the Hornet name, right? Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 225 by 55 by 18 in the front and over in the rear. You can see here with the wheels blacked out there in the center, and then look at the fender flare as well. All that trim's blacked out. Got the Hornet badge there on the side. Mirror cap window trim also blacked out. And here's your full side profile. Taking a quick look at the key fob here, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start opening for the hatch, Dodge logo on the back, and pop it open. Now with the hatch, it is hydraulic, so the popper just kind of unlocks it. And then you can see we've got a cargo cover built in from the factory. Quite a bit of storage space here in the back. It's not a huge crossover. It's kind of more of like a compact in terms of the sizing. And then when you're all done, just plop. Really cool taillight design here in the rear. Got the Hornet badge there on the other side, RT there. And then you can see with the exhaust tips on either side. And yeah, that's the rest of the rear. Now popping inside, this cool trim here at the top, and then down below, soft touch with the stitching that goes across. And this is pretty cool with the seats. Got a nice trim all down the center. And we'll quickly pop in. Legroom back here, it's good. Got a storage pocket. We've got some vents here in the back, USBs as well. And then headroom back here, it's pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you can see again with the soft touch trim, all of our window controls here. We've got our mirror adjustments, memory seat function, blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. Then here's a quick look at the front seat. Nice trim all down the center. Power adjustments on the side. It's pretty cool going with more of that stitching. Soft touch on the dash, by the way. And then you can see the light controls down below. Pretty cool switch gear. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you can see soft touch all around. We've got paddle shifters there on the back, column mounted, which is pretty cool. Got your drive mode select here. We've got a bunch of practical controls in the front, including adaptive cruise control. And then you can see the traditional stocks there behind the paddles. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center. The fun part is with the different drive modes that you can pop between depending on what you're wanting to do with the car. Oh, and I almost forgot, we do have a sport mode too, so you can pop into that as well. But cool gauge cluster. And then as for the infotainment system, first off, backup camera. And then you've got dual zone climate, heated seats, heated steering wheel, quick response time here. So overall, I mean, that's pretty easy to use if you ask me. Like I said, there's soft touch across the dash here. And then down below, we've got our physical buttons here for the dual zone climate, your engine stop start, drive mode, and then you can see down below with the USB ports and all of that, and kind of like a little storage area. Shifter here for the 6-speed. You've got your volume control here with your parking brake, and you can see your ESC off and for the parking sensors. Couple cup holders. That's cool center console. Nice trim. And then with the glove box, yeah, good storage. Just got a regular mirror, no center for anything like that. So here's a quick look at the window sticker here for this RT. Total MSRP is $45,185. There are some pretty solid discounts on these nowadays. So check out their website for the final pricing. But I think they're like roughly 10% off of MSRP right now, something like that, which not too shabby. See you at drives. Setting off in the Hornet RT. I was debating if I was going to do this review with the RT or the GT. I picked the RT because it's the cool high performance version. It's a little bit more exciting. But first off, you can see the visibility throughout this is, you know, not the best throughout the back, but it's pretty typical of a smaller sized crossover like this. I'll say the seats are pretty comfortable. I like this little, like, it's very durable feeling cloth insert in the center. Transmissions for a 6-speed, pretty quick to respond. I'm gonna pop into the sport mode here. It's got great torque so far. Wow. Yeah, it's quick. Very peaky. Yeah, that's quick. Crazy how much power. I mean, obviously it's got the hybrid assist, but still, 1.3 liter 4-cylinder. Such a small engine. Paddle shifters are obviously cool to, you know, with the actuation and use and all of that. They look cool. Again, that's the benefit of this, you know, sharing a lot with its Alfa Romeo sibling. So, Dodge Hornet, right? I keep seeing these YouTube videos and articles talking about how this is a big flop, so I figured I'd pop in and talk about it. When it comes to the car itself, I don't think so. I wouldn't call this a flop. I think this is a really cool car. It's a unique car. Like, the performance this provides and then also the economy this provides is really cool, really unique. So in terms of the packaging and everything, it's a cool car while it's still under warranty. I will say that caveat, while it's still under warranty. Now, in terms of the segment and everything this competes in, that's where things get a little bit dicey. The problem with this size of car is, here in the US, none of the cars in this segment, in the performance world, like this, when I say this segment, I'm talking about smaller performance crossovers, none of them sell well. None of them. And it's not because they're bad cars, it's because the US market doesn't really like this car that much. People here in the US, if they're wanting a smaller car, all they care about is fuel economy and price. Like, get the car as cheap as possible and good fuel economy. This gets great fuel economy, but then it's more expensive because of all the performance stuff. And I mean, just to really hit home with this, there's a reason why Audi does not make an SQ or an RSQ3 in the US market. They do with the RS3, they do an S3, right, the sedan, so small cars sell well, but small SUVs that are performance oriented do not sell well. Look at Mercedes with the GLA AMG 45. Again, another great car. Doesn't sell well because people don't want that. If people are going to get an SUV with performance, they usually go for the bigger ones, right? You look at all of the SUVs that sell, and look even in Stellantis lineup, right? The Wrangler 392, the Dodge Durango Hellcat, right? The big SUVs with big powertrains. That's the stuff that people want if they're going to go into the performance world. And so ultimately, I don't think this is a flop from a, you know, how this vehicle is in terms of features and all that. I think it's just the segment that this competes within is not really a popular segment in the US market, and that's okay. So let me know what you guys think about the Dodge Hornet, and yeah, that's my take. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool car, especially if the discounts. I mean, this thing, it's around like $40,000. Pretty cool car for 40 grand. But either way, let me know what you think.